Reflective Journal Week 8. Tuesday the 23rd of May 2017. Today's tasks. Begin filming all FMP clips that we have not yet filmed. Continue reflective journals and write up experiments. Start editing FMP and also continue with the experiment write-ups. A strength of recording all our footage was that we could have enough time left. Strength of recording our footage when we did, is that we could have enough time left to see if we need to add any more bits in with product testing that we are carrying out a week from now. We are planning to film parts still, but when filming these we still had to wait until this date. A strength of filming our clips is that we could show our story and start to put our FMP product together, making it the best of our ability. We used depth of view through most of it, and also over the shoulder shots, wide shots, and different types of camera shots. A strength of using these is that it allows us to show how the character's feeling, the depth of field to show how she's feeling alone at points with her anxiety, and the what did I say? The other shots to sort of get a better angle on how she sees life. This is a strength because it allows us to understand what the character could be going through and also get an insight into how she struggles in day-to-day life. A problem we encountered while doing this is that one scene was harder to film as we needed multiple people, and they were all trying to work on their projects, but we got people to come and help us. A problem with this was that we couldn't get the scene as we wanted it straight away because parts of it, it was just a bit unsure on what they had to do. So we tried to explain it a few times and eventually we got there. So we were able to overcome this problem by speaking through with the cast and doing what we could to make this scene flow easily and using our final video. To develop my work further, I need to improve the amount of shots I actually take, as I took 2 or 3 for most of the scenes. I took a few different shots, then we had backups, but for a few, like 2 or 3 scenes, we didn't use backups as they were sort of quick scenes, as we were using people who had to get on with different work. So for example, our scene of Kirsten, who plays Harriet and Paisley, she was sat outside the counselling office and the lady comes out to talk to her about, so she can give her a counselling session basically. But we could only do 1 shot of this as the lady had to get on with her work throughout the college. I can develop this by just trying to see if people have any more spare time and plan in advance to ask people if they are able to film. From doing this filming, I have learned how to use depth of field better than I have before, keeping it in focus as well, and also learned how to do different camera shots and conduct a group of people to act and also cast and crew. Yeah, the crew. I also started editing today. Strength of this is that it allowed me to get all my clips and audio in line together, so I could start thinking about what effects I want to use, what transitions, and overall put it how I wanted it to look. There's a strength because it allowed me to start preparing myself for product testing within the next few weeks. Wednesday the 24th of May 2017. Today's tasks: continue editing FMP, record last scene, write reflective journals. So a strength of editing all our clips together is that we can get our final video and use transitions such as dip to black and fade to white, and also use effects such as black and white. Strength of using black and white is that we could use this to show Harriet, Paisley's alternative personality, as her thoughts are darker and a bit more upset. Not darker into the sense like she's going to do something bad, or she's like not happy all the time, like ever. Darker as in she's upset and doesn't want to get help with her counselling or anxiety, so she just feels more alone. So it's to show that. This is strength because it allows us to put Harriet and sort of isolate her as a separate character whilst also being Paisley at the same time. A problem we encountered while editing was that we had blank spaces, as we hadn't filmed the last few scenes where Paisley / Harriet would be sat at home whilst watching something on their laptop instead of going to counselling. This is a problem because we were able to overcome this problem by leaving gaps and enough space, so when we recorded our scenes we could just easily insert them, render and export our videos ready for product testing and final production. To develop my work further, I need to improve on the amount of transitions I use, as some were a bit out of the blue, but others worked where they went, and I personally liked them, and other people do like them. I think they work well in the scenes. I can develop this by listening to what people have got to say and taking some out if need be, but at the moment we are going to keep it the same because people, and especially me, I like the way it looks with these transitions, and so does Neve, who I'm working with in this project. From doing this editing, I've learned how to arrange clips in an order to tell a story, someone's story of their anxiety. I've learnt how to use my transitions again. I've relearnt loads of new things over the course of this project. My next step is to finish this edit and get it product tested. Thursday the 25th of May 2017. Today's tasks: re-record all audio, continue editing FMP, write reflective journals. Strength about re-recording all our audio was that we could speak louder, as our last audio had to be scrapped because you could not hear Neve's or my voice in the edit that we had done with the music over the top. No matter how quiet we tried to take the music and how loud we tried to take the sound, it still wasn't enough, so we had to re-record. This was a strength because it would now allow our audience to hear what's going on in the story and hear the story be told by the character themselves. A problem I encountered while doing this was that we couldn't find a room, as there was a lot of people trying to do their projects as well, so we just had to go into the side art room that no one was using, and use a pop guard to try and block out the sound of the machine, the little machines in there that I'm not sure what they were. I was able to overcome this problem by finding the art room, asking if we could go in there, and using a pop guard. To develop my work further, I need to improve on the amount of times I redo a clip. Me and Neve should have, to start with, we should have recorded each piece of audio at least twice so we didn't have to re-record. But I think then when we did re-record, I think we should have still re-recorded it twice while we were there instead of once again. I can develop this by reflecting back and working out, if I'm going to do this again, how many times I should record it, and plan in advance that we've got the time and a room to do it. By doing this task, I've learnt how to successfully record audio, and so it's loud enough and it's easier to understand. I've learnt how to use this in my FMP to make the character story be told. My next step is to product test and get the video edited and start my evaluation. Friday the 26th of May 2017. Today's tasks: continue working on edit, write up experiments, continue reflective journals. So today I finished the first edit, and I was planning the day that I would film in half term to get our last few clips. So the strength of finishing the first edit now is that we will then have the half term week after this week, and week 9, which is our last week run up to the deadline. So this was a strength because it allowed me to have the plan in place, and also I knew what I would have to add. By having this first edit, I knew what I needed to add still and improve on. A problem we encountered was that there were some days that were unsure on when we were going to record, as our actress Kirsten had to go into college for an English revision session on the Tuesday, and that was the day we were going to film. Well, we were originally going to film on the Friday, but she was unable to make it. I was unable to do that day, actually, due to last minute arrangements that I'd forgotten about. We were able to overcome this problem by sorting out with her a time and a day. So we picked Tuesday and around 4 o'clock to come to mine and film the scenes at my house, so we would have them ready to go back on the Monday before we had to be back in college for lessons to finish editing and do product testing. To develop my work further, I need to improve on the amount of time ahead that I plan the last meetup phase to finish recording. I had to I needed to try and remember arrangements ahead of time, and also we had picked the Tuesday to go with to start with, but we changed it as we thought Friday might be easier, but then we had to go back to Tuesday. So I can improve this by sticking to my production schedule and not trying to change bits once we've already planned ahead. From doing this task, I've learned how to plan and organise when to film with my cast, and also I've learnt how to get a first edit ready so we can get feedback. My next step is to finish the complete edit and to do product testing and then evaluate.